Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shadow Arcade Gaming, where games are king and everybody else is basically second best. So, today, I will be jumping into Monster Hunter World. Not for the first time, I am a bit of a more experienced hunter in terms of having played through this game in its almost entirety. Just the last couple of bosses that have yet to meet my mettle. But in this iteration of the game, I'm going to be doing a little bit something more extravagant, shall we say. I'm going to be putting a challenge upon myself in order to minimize my chance of success, in order to then make it not only more of a challenge for myself, but also more entertaining for all of you. So, without further ado, let us jump in and see how we do. Now, for those of you that have heard of the Monster Hunter franchise before, may be familiar with how the ins and outs of the game may function, but for those of you that don't, I have three basic words to describe the game play in its entirety: big boss battles. So, in order to defeat your opponents, you must not only be able to learn their skills and adaptability, very a la Dark Souls, but you must also make sure that you are properly equipped, and we will get into that particular a little bit later. So, for those who are wondering as to who am I and who it is that I will be battling, well, the game will do some explanation whenever it comes to the creatures and fights that will be undertaken here in the game. But first,
brothers of the Fifth
let us hear how we get where we are.
I'll keep my farewell brief. Never was much with words. Once you board this ship, there's no turning back. The next ground your feet will touch will be that of the new world. If any of you have lost your nerve, then step away now, and let no one judge you. Very well. Then sail safe and strong, and may the Sapphire Star light your way.
Always love that cutscene. Very journey into the unknown and motivational. Another thing that is very well known within the Monster Hunter series is the quality of the cutscenes, both whenever it comes to the characters themselves, but also the enemies that you will face. Another component that will be very evident throughout this series is that the musical components of the boss fights and the environments themselves are going to be very intrinsic to the gameplay, partially because of the fact that every monster and every boss, also setting that you will be taking place within the story, have their own unique soundtracks, very expertly created to, shall we say, set the ambiance.
We're almost there. You ready to grab this new world by the horns? Don't know about you. It feels like ages since I left home to join the commission. So, nervous? Believe you me, I get it. Anything could happen to us, but hey, that's happened.
Hey, aren't you one of the A-list hunters?
What?
Enter
No
the
way.
exposition dump.
So are we. Hey, tell us your name.
And like with any old fancy RPG fantasy game, we have the oh-so lovely character creator. Don't worry, I'm not going to spend too much time in here, mostly because I don't want to, A, bore everyone to tears with trying to come up with a character that is going to be oh-so absolutely perfect in every single tiny detail, but also because then that way we can get on to the more important aspects called the gameplay. So, we're going to go with one of the presets, make a couple little changes here and there, and then we'll go from there. So first off, one thing I have for all of my characters is the little wing. And my personal take on the scar that was then covered up by the tattoo here on the side of the face was that the hunter, who is us, went up against a particularly nasty creature, which resulted in the scar across his eye, and then upon the defeat of said creature, he got the tattoo as a mark of victory. So little ins and outs here for how it came to be. Do that. Once again, trying not to bore you all to tears, taking forever with the character creation. There we go. That's better. A little more visible. Also a classic for the fantasy RPG genre is that we have next to nothing on our person. But I do like the aesthetic that you can customize even the most basic of components. But nothing too crazy. Oh, and in case you were wondering, this is a little bit later on in the game's life cycle, so there have been some, shall we say, expositional bonuses for our character in order to help getting through the early parts of the game a bit easier. These are aspects that we will not be using because, well, simply put, that would defeat the purpose of the challenge. Let's see here. Nope. There, that's better. If you're gonna have an old gruff guy, you gotta at least have the voice to match. Now, armor? No, we will not be using the Guardian because that would make it far too easy for us to get through stuff. Alrighty, let's see here. Well, I guess since this is the first series that I'll be doing, might as well. Make it so that way we have a easily recognizable name. Now, alongside your own character, you have your Palico, who is going to be your hunting assistant throughout the exterior of your venture. Once again, for those that have not been well-versed in the ins and outs of Monster Hunter before. So, let's see. Let's give the little extra fluff. I love me my fluffs. Alright, then also they receive the same level of armor and everything else that you do, so be prepared for some very wacky looks for our little fluff ball here. There we go. And just like the moon dust that she looks like, I'm going to go ahead and give our little Palico a appropriately lunar-based name. And onwards and forwards into the great unknown! When your own character gets stuck in the cutscene.
To the A-list! And the commission!
Cheers!
So, tell me, what's your theory? The Elder Dragons must migrate to the New World for some reason.
Once again, lovely exposition dumped by our own favorite characters here.
After running the research commission for 40-odd years, the guild's itching for an answer. They say the 5th Fleet's got the best shot at cracking this case, and I agree.
Keep it down. Hey, speaking of, A-listers usually operate in teams of 2. Have you sat down with your partner yet?
Yes, enter the character that is very much polarizing within the fandom of our lovely game series here. Our handler, basically our librarian, bookkeeper, secretary, etc.
Rough out there. The waves are picking up. That's gotta mean landfall.
A lot of people are either of one opinion or another whenever it comes to the
You're
handler.
on the A-list, right?
Either you love her or you hate her.
Meowdy-do.
Personally, I don't have anything wrong with her in my own opinions, although sometimes her interjections, shall we say, can be a bit on the grating side. And thus another fantasy RPG trope. Enter the big bad before you even start the game. Although, I could say big bad might be a bit of a misnomer. Although it certainly does throw the stakes into a very poignant focus here as we get started. No, my character! Assistant! I took so long making you and now you're dead. Roll credits. Or not. I forgot, we're in a fantasy world. We're superhuman, strong, and resilient, so, you know, falling 5 stories from your head doesn't make it to where you die. It's so slow. Oh, there we go. Much better. Never fun having to go through the tutorial aspect, but
It's you!
it is part of the general experience, shall we say, of the beginning of any game, so we'll bear with it for now.
We have to do something!
Yeah, that seems to be a bit of a problem there. Really not sure how we're gonna get it down.
Safe here. This way!
Why are you walking? Well, guess we don't have to figure out how to get it out of the... or back in the water, I should say. Although it does beg the question, how does it survive the impact with the water coming off?
Watch
Eh,
yourself!
gaming logic. Up we go, up we go, up we go. Try not to get fried.
Hurry!
Climbing, climbing. Higher, higher. Get me off of this thing.
Oh, wow.
Ah!
Migrants. Ugh. I didn't think my first encounter would be filled with so much pecking. Shoo! Shoo!
They're like chickens, only worse.
No. The ground's moving again. We're on. I knew it. Time to hitch a ride and get off this thing. Come on. Let's go.
Charge!
Then jump.
Yee-haw! Crunch. Ow, my shoulder. Oh dear. Anybody got some brakes or controls? Something? Okay, much better.
The new world.
Ah, yes. Once again, the beauty of cutscenes, especially in this series. Absolutely gorgeous. Yep, hold on. Somebody fasten the seatbelts. We're coming in for a landing. Ah! Oh dear. Ah! Oof. Well, that wasn't fun. Ow. Although, once again, I bet we come out completely unscathed. Just maybe. I'll bet. Ow. My knees.
What's this? Somebody must have set up this camp.
Oh, convenient.
I found this in the tent. It has a map in it. Well, part of one at least.
Well, even more convenient. It's kind of like we were meant to find this stuff.
Looks like we're right around here. The Research Commission's base of operations is here. This is where our ship was supposed to dock. For
Well,
now, I think
at least
it
we're
would
not
be
too
best
far
if we
away.
make our way to base. The map should help us find our way.
Absolutely gorgeous. And one thing about Monster Hunter in general that I just adore is the fact that they make the ecosystem seem real. You have herbivores, you have smaller insects, you have big predators, and smaller predators too. A bunch of different stuff that all works in one complete ecosystem that you can actually
Look,
see and
the
interact
Research Commission's
with.
headquarters. Come on, let's get going.
Alright, let's see. Do-do-do. Whoop. Come on, handler. We don't have all day.
According
Sometime
to the
today.
map, to get to HQ, we need to...
Oh boy. One of the aspects of the handler that people absolutely despise. She takes too long. Ugh. Well, let's see if we can
These
keep our...
Octonauts
Oh
seem
dear.
every bit as docile as the ones back home.
Cutscene. Well, kind of. Interactive
Looks like
display.
We need to go around.
Yes, I gathered that. Thank you very much for stating so, handler. Again, states the obvious. Let's see. Can we actually go somewhere today?
Something's up. The
Ugh.
scoutflies are gathering.
Once again, the tutorial aspect. Yes, the ever-present early stage healing. We'll probably need plenty of that.
What a weird plant.
Ain't that just what I just said?
There's one over here, too. Come on. I think I found the way back to base.
Now, here we go. Let's see if we can actually get somewhere this century.
I had the scoutflies memorize my scent earlier. If you lose sight of me, just follow the scoutflies, and they'll lead you right to me.
One aspect in this game that is absolutely necessary is those scout flies. Mostly because of the fact that you would never, ever, ever
Push our way
find
through
stuff
these vines.
if you did not have them in order to help you track the creatures that you're going after. Mostly because of the fact that, well, as the name might imply, Monster Hunter World is a rather expansive world. So being able to locate stuff in a very big map is a bit of a trick. Oh, hi. Like an iguana and a wolf got a little bit too comfortable with one another. Woof. Oh. Yeah, that might be a bit of an issue. There's a few more here than what we would normally contend
Don't
with.
pick a fight if you don't have a weapon. We need to hide. Come on, this way.
Yep.
Hurry!
And just like that, magically, we've disappeared.
Quietly.
It's not like they didn't see us hop into this bush. Or almost run into us in said bush. Once again,
Okay,
game logic.
Coast is clear. Let's get going while we still can.
Alright, and here we go. Okay, get this out of the jungle. I've had enough mosquito bites for one day. Another favorite thing of mine here in the game is fall damage. What's that? Come on, you. Haven't got all day. Alright. See if we can manage to get back to base without something else getting in the way. Thank you very much.
What is this track?
Spoke too soon. Well, let's see what,
There's more over
phew,
there. Let's
smells.
check it out.
Let's see what kind of nonsense we got to deal with now. Oh, goody. Cutscene. I wonder what's going to happen next. Oh, hi. Oh, look. It's a Rastafarian iguana.
Don't mind me.
Oh, look, an actual competent hunter. I wonder what's going to happen next.
This way, hurry.
Okay, let's go.
Move.
Wait for me, dumbass. I'm all the way back here. Wait for me. Slow down.
Move.
What the?
Not good.
Oh, boy.
Waiting for it. Get over here.
I feel like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon at the moment. There's always a bigger fish. Well, let's see if we can get past them. Oh, dear. Oh, boy.
Come on!
Gotta move. Gotta move. Yep. Without getting squished. Another common thing within the Monster Hunter universe. Turf wars. Where sometimes the big monsters don't even bother with you. They're too busy beating each other up.
You alright?
Let's go.
Okay.
Well, I would say that we managed to get back to base without too much of a headache, but given the fact that we still have to go through the entirety of this game's story from this point forward, I would probably state that that's a bit too much wishful thinking at the moment. Yep. Let's see what the home base has to offer for us.
Wow.
Amazing, ain't it? Just look at this gate. It's like nature meant for us to build Astera right here.
Astera. I like it.
Ah,
Rest of the
yes.
fifth are already here.
Home base. Home sweet home.
You're the last to arrive.
Why are we always the last to arrive? Then again, I guess the term fashionably late does apply in this particular situation.
Hey, you guys made it.
Be right back. You're alive.
Had it rough, huh? When we couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
You scared us. We were talking about going out to look for you.
All's well that ends well.
Hey, we need a hand. Sorry.
Come on.
Catch you later.
This here's our trade yard. I guess the name says it all.
Suffice to say that's true.
Look at all the people. The stuff.
Eloquent as always, handler.
Right? We've got it all here. We've got hunters to do all the exploring, scholars to do the research, technicians to keep them going. This place is the beating heart of the Commission. Wait here a sec. Commander, I found him.
Enter the boss. I.e., the person who actually tells us what to do whenever we're supposed to do it, and then we don't go ahead and listen.
Welcome to Astera.
Okay, where's the rest of the dialogue? Oh well. One of those instances where it's nice to have dialogue and voiced characters because we are, once again, the oh-so-lovely silent protagonist, but it would kill you to actually be able to voice the entirety of the written words that are being put on screen. Thank you very much. So it's a proper subtext. Ah, well.
Your reputations precede you.
I am not sure if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. Oh yay, Luna didn't drown.
Well, off you go.
Okay, I'll give you the grand tour. Let's start by looking for your palico. This is our stockpile. They carry most of the basic necessities.
You should drop by later to see what they have.
Ah, yes, once again relegated to the walk. Although I will say that it at least is a very clean animation.
Next is the smithy. It's this way. Over here.
That's a lot of stairs. Thankfully they invented an elevator.
You were the Commission's 5th Fleet, right? The old man in charge, my grandfather, was with the 1st. That was a long time ago.
Thank you for the lovely exposition.
Not with any fleet. Born and bred right here. Never even been to the old world.
Now, given the fact that those were from previous games, I would surmise.
Here's our smithy. This is where you can craft weapons and armor. You'll be here a lot.
Really? I would have never have guessed.
Ooh, it's toasty in here.
Would it kill you to not have the attention span of a squirrel?
The canteen? I am so there.
Over here.
I'm pretty sure she'll turn up eventually. She's always got a bit of that homing instinct. I swear she's part pigeon.
This here's our canteen.
Hey, over there.
There you are.
Hey, you!
What? Nothing for me? Gee, thanks.
I knew you'd pull through.
Oh boy. Well, oh, dinner. Oh, excuse me. I haven't had dinner yet myself, so I'm a little on the hungry side.
Come on.
Yeah.
Too busy trying to fly off of an Elder Dragon's back.
Now that you are all here, let us begin council. After tracking a migrating Elder Dragon across the sea, the 5th Fleet have finally arrived in Astera. Give them a warm welcome. They're a fine group, worthy comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded.
It's not like that's the main plot of the story or something.
Would you like to say a few words?
Well, we're the silent protagonist. What do you think?
Thank you, sir. We're ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
This here is the Commission's core team. You should all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
You will actually be interacting with every member of this staff to a certain extent. So, yeah, we'll be seeing everybody here at some point or other.
Now, down to business. The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing is known as Zora Magdaros, a huge monster with a mountain of fire upon its back.
Also, welcome to another aspect of Monster Hunter, where every monster has about 10 different pronunciations for its name, and about 100 different nicknames depending on how many hunters either love it or hate it. So, get used to that.
Research Commission's job is to discover exactly why the Elder Dragons are migrating to the New World.
Elder dragons have been with us since the dawn of time. Altering the ecosystem, reshaping the land, leaving disaster in their wake.
It's kind of like they're a force of nature or something.
Once every decade or so, they flock to this continent. But for what reason?
Maybe it's mating season and they need to find somewhere secluded and private so that way then the hunters don't bother them while they're making the next generation. That's so.
With the Fifth's help, we will find the missing link.
Here, here. Now we're talking!
I be an Irishman because I'm a dwarf.
Hunters, for the time being, I need you to focus on investigating our Jagras problem and securing Astera. Start by investigating the Jagras' habitat. Find out what makes them tick, and we'll go from there.
Right. We're on it, sir.
Enter the flimsy, if
Everyone
concrete
else, you
reasoning.
know the drill. Make sure these hunters have everything they need.
That leads into how we go from hunt to hunt. And evidently boss to boss.
You two, make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good teachers, so don't be afraid to ask.
You heard him. Stick with me and you'll have no problems.
You don't do diddly the entire time we're in the game.
The Fifth's banner promises a change in the wind. It's your job to fulfill that promise.
No pressure or nothing. Well, I guess that's the main character stigma, ain't it?
All right, dismissed.
Over here.
Ah, yes. Once again, the only partially voiced dialogue. Many a great thing about this game, but also minor little details that can be a bit aggravating at times.
We've placed some basic gear for you in that equipment box. Make sure to choose a weapon that suits you.
Ah, yes, the lovely in-game built tutorials. Ah, yes, the 14 hunter weapons. Supposedly suitable for any playstyle that anyone can possibly think of, although suffice to say there are much more preferred weapons compared to others, although then again, given the size of the fan base, that is not entirely unusual. So, let's see here. We have, in order, the Great Sword. Basically the, I like big numbers and I like giving things massive, massive hits all at the same time. Long Sword. The I am a ninja and or samurai, and nobody else is going to tell me twice. The sword and shield, the bread and butter, I can do everything good, but nothing spectacular. The dual blades, just all of the attacks. Basically just spearheaded, lightning fast attack numbers, just continuous aggression. Did somebody say bonk? I need a calculus degree in order to actually be able to operate this weapon. No, seriously, the button combos that go into the charge blade functionality are so complex that it would give anyone with less than a calculus degree a headache. Did somebody say explosions? Also, I like to be both an axe and a sword. Did somebody say even bigger explosions? Also, poke, poke, poke. The poke pokes, just minus the explosions, although I also have the wonderful capacity of being both the slowest and fastest weapon in the entire game. I like the musics today. Did you just interrupt my music? Bonk. ground. I don't like to touch the ground. I like to be up in the air and do my best to impersonate a helicopter. The Daka, the miniature version. Daka, the full-size version. And somehow I never run out of arrows. And then lastly, the Glaive's little companions that are going to be, I want to suck your blood. So, overall, my past experience with Monster Hunter has included predominantly longsword use, but for the case of this challenge, I'm also going to throw myself into some unfamiliar territory, so we're going to actually be sticking with the sword and shield for this challenge. Thankfully, the one that is already equipped, so we don't need to worry about anything else. Now, to outline the challenge as it stands in its entirety, I am going to be limiting myself through this entire playthrough, both through the base game and the expansion, to 1 hunt per creature. That includes both the story-based mandated requirement tests, as well as the optional hunts that you can do on the side in order to then get additional experience, as well as additional materials for your gear. Any of the materials that I can gather out in the wild just on my own is fair game. And I can craft whatever it is that those may be able to afford me, but anything other than that, I am only allowed to target a creature a single time. Anything beyond that, and I will fail the contest wholeheartedly straight out the gate. And I will just have to make do with what I can in the meantime. So, shall we begin? Also, armor will not be including the aforementioned Guardian stuff, because it is going to be much, much easier to go through the lower difficulty quests, and so I'm going to be foregoing any of the, shall we say, advanced equipment in favor of giving the authentic feel of the challenge. So no Guardian gear at all through the entirety of the playthrough, regardless of what level I'm at. So, let us begin.
Want to get going?
Okay, let's see. Ah, yes.
Once you're ready, head
Our
to
little
the-
housekeeper.
I'll be there waiting with a quest.
You can get more familiar with your weapons at the training area. Just talk to the housekeeper to get started.
Lovely. Roommates. Although you never see them, so, whatever. And the training area for being able to access whatever bonuses and or learning how to actually swing a sword around. So, let's go over there real quick just to make sure that we can actually get somewhere and not know what the heck we're doing. Alright. Welcome to the training area. Yes, yes. Okay. New training area features for the expansion. Lovely.
Okay.
Which we
let's
will
run
not
through the
be...
hunting basics. First,
Yep.
ready your weapon.
Which we will not be using any of the expansion gear until we actually get into that point in the game, because once again, that would defeat the purpose of the challenge, and I personally also think of it a bit as cheating, using a advanced gear on a lower tier foe. So, let's see. Ah, yes. Slinger ammunition.
You can use that as slinger ammo. Great for getting a monster's attention or creating a distraction. That's a piercing pod, a powerful type of slinger ammo. That's able to pierce the thick shell of monsters.
Thank you once again for the lovely exposition there, field team lead. Yet another thing we find in the Monster Hunter universe that is going to be a little annoying is the fact of, you have a name. What is it? Alright, let's see here.
The Sword and Shield is a close-range weapon set that focuses on agility and dodging, and it's great for beginners.
Beginners, huh? Well, I'm not exactly a fresh leaf myself, but this will be the first time I'm using it,
You
so...
can use the slinger with your weapon drawn. Look for the perfect moment, then fire.
Alright, let's see. Chop, chop, chop. Got our basic weapon combo. There we go. Alright, let's try this. Woohoo! Bonk! Oh, that's how that goes. Okay. Oh, let's see if we can cave in some skulls with that particular move. Bonk! Ooh, that's going to be so satisfying, caving in skulls and shattering spines. Alright, let's see here. So we got that, we got that, we got that. Let's see. Ah, a little bit of a forward combo there. Alright, let's see. Ah, you can also block and use attacks at the same time. Very handy. Very nice. Okay. Alrighty. Let's take a look-see here.
You can use the item box to manage your inventory.
Gee, I wouldn't have guessed. Alright, let's see here. So, we don't need ammo. We're not going to be using any of the ranged weaponry. So, off to the box with ye. Don't need any of those. Alright. There. All full. Well, as full as I can be at the moment. There we go. Let's see. Well, might as well go ahead and begin our first little adventure. Get to the actual function of the game, as it were. And we'll see how far we can get. The favorite loading screens. Although they at least include at least they include various informations about the game that can be useful as well as informative in many aspects.
Handlers sort through the Research Commission's leads. And the ones they deem worth our attention become quests.
Fascinating. All the way up there. Well, let's take the elevator, shall we? Don't have to worry about the stairs. Yay, that was quick. Alright, let's see. What do you got?
Right on time.
Right on time? There was a time? Since when?
Oh yeah. What are we waiting for? The new world awaits.
I don't know, maybe stop and get some lunch. Yes. Different quest types. Alrighty, and thus we get to one of the favorite parts of the game, the food. Not only something that is very entertaining to watch, but it is entirely mandatory whenever it comes to later parts of the game, because if you don't eat, you're not going to necessarily live very long. So, let's see here. What do we got today? Got some meats, some fish, vegetables. Oh, you get a health bonus with the veggies. They have some fresh vegetables today. Hunter platter, healthy platter. Let's do the vegetables. I ordered the vegetables there, bub. I mean, a beautiful cutscene. Delicious looking food, but I didn't exactly order the fish. Also, how in the heck do you eat all that without your stomach turning inside out? Well, now that I've somehow managed to fit an entire pantry in my stomach all at once, let's go kill some lizards.
All right, this is our first job. Let's do a quick review of quest rules.
Rules? What rules? Isn't it just go out there, find whatever it is we're supposed to get rid of, and kill it?
Rule number 1. Complete the objective to complete the quest. Easy, right?
I would think that would be self-explanatory, but okay.
Each quest has an objective. You can't consider the quest done until you complete that objective.
Isn't that exactly what you just said?
Our current objective is to eliminate a specified number of Jagras. Let's check the map. We ran into some Jagras on the way to base. The small monsters, remember? I think we saw them somewhere around here. Want to check it out?
Not like I have a
Rule
choice.
number 2. Use the supply box. The
All
commission
right.
supplies us with a loadout of certain items for each quest. They're in the supply box over there. Have a look and decide what you should take along.
Also something highly recommended,
Ready to
especially later in quests, because you're going to need a lot of the materials.
Hey, partner.
Actually, free sellables. I may not be using them, but that doesn't mean they're valuable. Haha! Free money!
Want to get going?
Buns! I want one. They're adorable.
Be careful.
What? I have my capture net and I wasn't able to... Oh, dang it. Oh well. I'll catch one of those little buns later. Now, let's see here. Ah, yes! Once again, the great torture of a fantasy game.
Everything.
The food just looks too good.
Song are clues. Nice. That looks so tasty.
Yay, food. The only problem is you can't mass produce food. I'll get to you in a minute there, Chief. Now, if only we could do it, like, all of them at once. That would be so much better for fast cooking. Although, nobody ever said that preparing for a quest was ever quick. And believe you me, whenever it comes to preparedness in this game, you are well encouraged to make sure that you get everything done ahead of time. Because otherwise you're going to have a very bad day. There we go. Get this just out of the way so that way we can focus on other stuff afterwards. I do find it a bit funny how Luna just is like watching what I'm doing, but at the same time kind of jumping forward and jumping back. The animations in this game can get a little goofy. Alrighty. Off we go. Finally, what took you so long? Grab the goods.
Ready your weapon before attacking. Keep in
Attacking
mind
what?
you're able to do depends on whether or not your weapon is drawn. When you're investigating or gathering items, you'll generally want to keep your weapon sheathed.
I'll mark gathering sites and monster positions on the wildlife map for you.
You can gather honey and mix it with a potion to make mega potions.
Because that makes sense.
Over here!
I'm right here, buddy.
A pack of Jagras. Those are the monsters we're after.
Now,
You
ready?
hold up when you're on your own.
Slice, slice, slice. Bonk. Ow. You little... Stop it. Get out of the way. Doggone it, you little... Come here, you little...
They're on the run. Don't let them get away.
Oi!
Grab all the monster materials you can. You can use them at the smithy.
Yeah, I'll be needing plenty of those for sure, given the fact that I can't actually hunt any of the primaries more than once. Alright, let's see here. Where'd you go? Get back here, you little...
Over here!
Come here, you. Ooh, goody. Mining. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go. And of course, every time you have that song, you're actually misremembering it because it's home from work we go, which completely ruins it in my brain, at least. Oh boy. Alright, come here, you little lizard brains.
Whoops.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Flashbang through the door. Not today, lizards. Here, let me just cave that skull in for you.
The monster's been immobilized. Now's your chance. Keep it together, okay?
Yay! We did it!
Okay. Let's head home and report back to the old man.
Get some of the goodies while the bodies are still warm. Ain't that a lovely sentiment? Excuse me, sir. Out of the way, please. I have stuff to gather, and you're in the way. Let's see. Oh, and that exactly isn't ominous as hell. Yeesh. Eh, why not? Flashbang! Excuse me, sir, your tail is in the way. Goody, all the parts and pieces. Wee money! There we go. Was worried there for a split second. Ah, the oh so lovely loading screens. You gotta love to hate them. At least with this one, you got some additional notes and bits and pieces that are actually useful. No, like the T-Rex and the giant iguana that we saw on the way in weren't evidence enough. But thanks. Now, at least you give some
Listen up.
credible reasoning as to why things are happening. Alrighty, well.
All right. Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
Oh, goody. Login bonuses. Woohoo! Snowball fights. A winter wonderland. Alrighty, well, I guess that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and next time we will go and see if we can take out some Kestodons. And off we go. Now remember, leave the comments below if you think that there's any additional shenanigans or side quests that you think I should throw in on this adventure along with the existing challenge, or make suggestions for any other games that you think might be a good idea for me to take a look at in the future. So, without further ado, this will be Shadow Arcade's Gaming, signing off.